So hey guys, I'm with Tom here at the Tubac State Park here in Tucson, Arizona. And we're going to talk about his printing press here at the Tubac Museum. Go ahead, Tom.
When you did a printing back in 1859, you had to put each letter in order, and it was reversed from what you would normally see because the paper goes on top of it. So this is the word Presidio, but if you look at it, you see that it's upside down and backwards. And then when you put your paper on top of that, it comes out correctly. You also have to mind your P's and Q's. You might have been aware of that because here's a P and a Q.
But it's backwards.
And it's backwards. So what they did was they put a little line across the front of each one of the letters so that you would always know you were facing the right way. The problem is, as you take your piece of paper away, or when you're done with your news article, you have to put them back in the case. That's where you don't want to mix your P's and your Q's.
Gotcha.
Okay. So what we would do with this printing press is, first of all, you have to be a reporter who goes out and gets the news, and then you have to be able to read the reporter's handwriting. They would come in, and the typesetter would put all of this into the right format, even with the spaces and the periods, and it's pretty tiny print. If you want to come around, you're welcome to do that. So then we would ink this all up. We go in two different directions to make sure that it's inked correctly. We put a piece of paper up here in the frisket, and then we lower it down. We run it into the press. We give a good pull, and this gives a lot of weight, more than what we could ever do. And then you would unroll it. Pick up the frisket. And you would have, if it was inked, you would have your newspaper. And what you do...
But I wanted to ask you something about the ink. Because you said in the ink that you use an oil-based paint or oil-based ink that dries at 72 hours.
Correct.
That's why we don't have the ink down here, because this paper would have to sit there for 72 hours.
That is correct.
So you can't use water-based though, like you said, because it runs
And it might soak through the paper. And the problem with that is, as you print it, this is how it would look. But once the one side is dry, what you do is turn it upside down and backwards and print it again. And now I have two copies of a 4-page paper if you cut it across the middle.
So that was 2 pages, you cut in the middle, and then, or 2 editions, or...
That's right.
2 editions, and you cut in the middle, and then you'd fold it, and then you're good.
Yep, that's it.
Awesome.
That's why it's a weekly newspaper.
Weekly. So how much would this paper cost the person living during this period who went to the, maybe like a paper boy or went to the store? How much would it cost?
The editors did a subscription to it, and I believe it was $1.50 a quarter.
$1.50. Wow. So again, if you're a WWHA member, this is the kind of stuff that you get to see. If you're interested, you can get a hold of us at the wildwesthistoryassociation.org. And I had to look over at my partner to make sure I got that right. And subscriptions are great. You can become a member. And this is the kind of history that you get to learn, and you get to meet Tom and come to Tubac.
Very good.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.